Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Ian from MakeUseOf and this is the rest of MakeUseOf, and this is the roundtable / Settlers of Catan game that could go horribly.
Well, because it's a German game and we're in Germany, right?
That's the only reason we're playing it.
Yeah, no, it's the only reason. It wasn't demanded upon.
Or only reason.
So yeah, this is our round table for day 2.5.
Because we're mainly discussing gaming and swag.
Swag, yeah. There's been some swag.
IFA. Yeah.
But first things first, James.
Yeah.
What is happening? Why are we playing Catan while we're doing this? Are you going to kill anybody?
It depends how they play.
You're gonna lose, right?
No.
You're not playing red.
I'm probably going to lose because she took red, and I did say don't take red, but.
I could not help it.
So I'm starting at a disadvantage. I'd like to make that clear now. In case I do lose, which I'm not going to, obviously. But.
Did he actually say don't take red?
No, he didn't say don't
so
take
Ian,
red.
why don't you talk about? Did we decide who's going first?
All right. Well, okay. So I since I'm not playing Catan, I guess I have to actually do the non-competitive talking. So yeah, since we last had the round table, we have covered a couple of things, but the main thing we'll be focusing on today is gaming, because I was covering gaming and I went in there with the impression that we'd seen there's a few things we were going to cover. There probably wasn't much, so we'd go in, we'd look at them, then we'd write an article. It turns out there was a surprising amount of different stuff that I wasn't expecting. So first things first, I'll be honest, I'll get it out there. I didn't get to see the Thronus. I got there too late. That's my fault. I'm a professional journalist. But we ended up spending a bit of time with Acer, and they have a new, very high-level monitor, which is, seems to be doing everything that you would want from a gaming monitor. I mean, you covered that one with me, Mahir.
Yeah.
What was your kind of impression? Because it was, I mean, $1,300 for a monitor is.
No, that's a little insane.
It's quite, but I mean, it does seem to do everything. It even had its own little shielding around the monitor, so you wouldn't look at anything else.
That's going to be like a 60-inch monitor for that price.
No, 27
inch.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but isn't the kicker that it's FreeSync?
Yeah,
but
It's the first free.
but that's the thing. There were so many FreeSync monitors at IFA this time. We saw FreeSync monitors from Alienware and Samsung as well. And Samsung actually had a curved FreeSync monitor, as did Alienware.
You need to put your set on them while you talk. That is shocking.
Fine.
But yeah, so there was that. To be honest, the thing for me that I was surprised how much I liked the little backroom Razer presentation thing. So the press briefing from Razer was about so they have an initiative that they're calling Raise the Level Cap, and what it is, it's updates of some of their products. There was the Razer Mamba mouse, the Razer Black Widow keyboard, and the headset, the Kraken headset. And they're all versions of things that they already have, but they have upgraded them. And yeah, I will happily admit that when a company is very excited about upgrading something, I get fairly cynical. I think that there's a lot of companies that have started with something good and shiny, and they have a brand that people like, and they stop caring. And I got completely the opposite impression from Razer. It was a really good presentation, and the changes that they're making to their line does not seem like gimmicks at all. So there's a whole bunch of stuff I could go through. I wrote about it on the actual site. But the main thing for me, this is a tiny detail, and I know it's not new, but Razer make their own switches for their mechanical keyboard, and the switches that they have little walls around them, which means that if you run your hand across the keyboard, none of the keys move at all. Like, it is so stable. And they may not be the only people doing that, they're the only people I'm aware of, but like things like that, and the channeling behind the keyboard for your cable, the fact that you can plug USB into either end depending on which hand you are, the fact that they've moved into that thing that, as far as I know, only people like Corsair were doing, where you have controls which are not new, but they have a notched rotary dial for your volume, and using Razer's software, you can of course change what any of them do. So the example they gave is if you were a streamer, you could use it to start or stop your stream, mute your mic, all that kind of stuff.
It was also quite cool that they built a memory chip into the keyboard itself.
The keyboard and the mouse, yes, the keyboard and the mouse both have onboard memory. So once you've set, your function key or your alt key, you can change it for what you want. Gives you a whole new layer of keys that you can map to different keys or a macro. The example he used was Fortnite, which I know nothing about, but he said that there's some trap or grenade or something that is number 8 and 9 on the keyboard. He mapped it so he just pressed Alt-E, and so he never has to reach across his keyboard. and that is saved in the keyboard's memory. So if ever he took his keyboard and mouse to a completely different machine, he could just plug it in, and all of the stuff would remain. Yeah. So there was that. The Catan headset as well, they were saying, I'm going to butcher this because off the top of my head I'll probably get it wrong, but they were saying it's the first headset that uses a THX spatial sound positioning, which is a completely virtual sound positioning system. And from the demo that they gave, it was very impressive. I don't really have much of a frame of reference as to how much better it is than other things, but it was good. But I love this. This is quiet Catan with tech in the foreground. But in short, as I said at the start, the thing that I found most impressive about that Razer presentation is that I went in expecting them to have these big promises about they've really rethought it and done all this kind of stuff. And what they showed was an affordable headset. The headset was $99, a keyboard which is $169, but that's still $10 cheaper than the old one, and a mouse which I believe was $100.
The mouse was
$100. So
which is significantly less than the previous edition of the Mamba.
I should point out this is the wireless Mamba mouse, which so that's a significant reduction in price. And they were making out that they'd thought it through a lot. They've really tried to improve it rather than give new fancy things, and it seems like they have. Only time will tell. Razer, if you ever see this, I'd really like to try them all properly, so please do get in touch. But outside of that, we looked at that Samsung. It was the Samsung curved monitor.
Yeah, Samsung, the one with the Thunderbolt 3 connection,
which has a Thunderbolt 3 connection. Yeah, that was. And your point was that means that people with Razer laptops that use a Thunderbolt connection could use that to connect to their monitor,
or any other laptop that has a Thunderbolt 3 connection.
I'm actually sort of ignorant about this. What are the advantages to that over HDMI?
Over HDMI?
Huh? Over HDMI.
It's a faster transfer rate.
Okay, right, yeah. So showing my ignorance, yeah.
I'm sure with something like AMD's FreeSync, it will be a little bit better.
Right.
I'm not 100% sure whether that actually helps or not, but faster transfer rates are always going to be better. Plus with Thunderbolt 3, you can probably do a daisy chain with an external GPU.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that, yeah. So the Razer external cards, you could daisy chain that into that monitor now. That would be,
anyone's external cards, like MSI Zotac, anyone's external cards is what you can do a daisy chain with Thunderbolt 3.
So that Samsung monitor, I mean, the monitor itself was everything you'd expect. It looked awesome. It was ultra widescreen curved. It was a thing of beauty. But the one other monitor that was similar but had a great difference was a Dell monitor, which was similarly a great monitor. But the real key was it was a USB connection, USB-C connector, which was I think is unique for now, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's nothing else quite like it.
I mean, the Samsung Thunderbolt 3 connector will also let you put in a USB-C because Thunderbolt 3 and USB-C have the same port.
Oh, okay. I'm so ignorant when it comes to Thunderbolt. I know almost nothing about it. Like I spend most of my time with a soldering iron.
But that said, it costs almost half of what the Samsung one does. So that's
that's cool. And there were a few other cool things, but the one other thing that grabbed us in the moment when we were there was Alienware's revamped Elite mouse. So the Alienware Elite mouse is nothing new. It's been around for a while. But the level of customization on it is just lovely. So the sides of it are magnetically attached. If you're using, there's thin sides if you want to have a thinner mouse and you're used to a thinner profile. This has two buttons on the thumb, which is great.
Does anyone want wood for sheep?
Sorry, that was just a wonderful moment. I'm trying to think of an Alienware mouse in here. Does anyone want wood for sheep?
I am that.
Have you got wood or have you got sheep?
Sorry, Catan moment. What's happening in the game? I can come back to the mouse, but this is.
I'm wood. I'll give you sheep.
I'll give you sheep if you give me wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sheep for wood. Yep.
Okay,
Perfect.
who wants? I desperately need brick.
Wait.
Hold on.
It's his turn.
My turn.
He trades.
Hold on.
But I thought I was rolling, so it's my turn.
No, not yet.
Okay. All right.
We ain't seen you rolling.
So I'd just like to say that even though I thought the VR showing was completely disappointing the other day, the only reason I went to IFA was to play with the Vive Pro and the new wireless adapter, and HTC not being there really kind of upset me a bit. And then we went to the T-Mobile section today, and just for some reason, randomly, they had a Vive Pro and the new wireless adapter, and there was no queue at all. And it was just hidden away in this little building, like, okay.
Yeah, as if nobody cares. Yeah. Did he get footage of you playing it?
Jackson did, yeah.
Excellent. Okay, yeah, I want to see that. Yeah,
I mean, the demo they were showing was not that impressive. It was just like, oh, what could Berlin be like if we had 5G everywhere?
Yeah.
which they now do apparently. Quite jealous.
5G.
Oh, but
I struggle getting 4G.
so the demo, they're actually made it so that you take advantage of the two front cameras, so you get a stereo pass through in it. When you first put it on, you're literally you're standing where you are in the little room. Nothing crazy, right? And there's like a Doraemon door, a magic door, where you can go through, and then you step into this apartment in Berlin, and you can look over the edge, and then you turn back and it's so good.
And did you feel any specific difference? Is there any lag over the adapter? Or?
No. The lag, there was no lag at all. I mean, the pass-through camera has a little bit of lag, but that's just the nature of rebroadcasting a signal like that. It was still usable.
Yeah.
And the freedom offered by having that wireless adapter was amazing. Sorry, we're spending the money as soon as we get home. It's like $300. I have to justify it. It's amazing. Also, I'm having another room in the house.
You got to make allowances for VR.
What did you roll?
You didn't get any.
I didn't get any. Okay, fair enough. Carry on.
So going back to where I left off with the Alienware mouse, Alienware mouse. So yeah, as I was saying, it has magnetic attachments on the side, which you can just pull off on the fly. So you can have a thin profile mouse or a wider profile mouse. Yeah. The wider profile mouse adds 2 buttons to the thumb. It has weights inside that can be removed, which is nothing new, but they're just very simple, very on the fly. 2 sets of weights. Both sets of weights can have weights removed from them, so it's a lot of a lot of granular.
I would give you
that's a good word, isn't it? Granular action you can do there, and an extendable middle if you have a long hand. But just as a general thing, as a thing in itself, the rep took it apart and put it in front of us. And it's just a really nicely put together thing. As to whether it's a good gaming mouse, I have no idea.
It seemed like a good gaming mouse.
I mean, the Alienware Elite is one of the ones that is known.
Yeah, exactly. It is known.
Yeah. So but like I said, I didn't get hands on actually using it playing a game, but I did just use it, and
it felt good.
It felt nice. It felt well put together. As to where it stands compared to other mice, I can't really say yet. But once again, Alienware, if you'd like to send us one of those mice,
sorry. Just roll one.
Why are you only rolling one? Go on.
All right, Catan update.
Don't get
8.
Yeah.
No one's really got anywhere at the
I've
moment.
got 8. She's got 8. Here you go.
Everyone's
Thank
got
you.
wheat.
Do you take the
someone's
break?
got a brick.
Yeah.
Should we take a moment at this stage to just quickly go around and say who is who on the Catan board, and who is sitting here would be useful. So okay, to my left, what colour are you on the board?
I'm white because red was brazenly stolen from me before the game started.
And who are you?
I'm James.
He's James. This is James Bruce, head of reviews and almost everything. And to the left, you are
Catan. I'm green.
Catan is green. Okay.
And
I'm here. I'm blue.
And I'm Anya, and I didn't steal red. I just grabbed it, and
yeah, there's a word for that.
well, first of all, I just grabbed it. Second of all, red is my color, and third of all, you didn't say you wanted it.
Your honor, I didn't steal it. I grabbed it.
Yeah.
I grabbed it.
And on the
Jackson
end,
said grab it.
I'm Tina, I'm the only German. I've never played this German game before, so I'm really curious how it
oh,
works.
you've never played it
Do
before?
you know what it is in German? Like the
Die Siedler von
Siedler von
Catan?
Catan,
yeah.
Pretty easy. Yeah.
It's one of the best games out of Germany.
I've heard of it a lot.
This is the game that got me into board gaming, and consequently cost me like thousands of dollars a year.
in board games, yeah. There's a very weary, recognised nod from across the room about the amount James spends on board games.
I single-handedly keep Kickstarter running.
Which it has hurt.
What's your favourite board game?
Why is there a card in this? Is this your?
Oh, I dropped that in there by accident. I'm sorry.
How many Kickstarters have not come through for you?
Yeah, I played 8. So.
How many? Mostly some random VR accessories.
Oh, okay.
So I backed the STEM thing, which was ages ago, way back in the days when VR headsets didn't have controllers with them. They were like, hey, there's this controller system, it uses magnets.
Why
And it was cool, and then they launched a Kickstarter for it, and 6 years
You don't want
later,
any trades? You don't want to build anything?
4 years later maybe, we're still waiting on delivery of that.
And that's massively outdated by this
Stay
stage
away
by
from Six
everything
Sense.
else. Yeah.
Never ever back any of their stuff.
Oh, that's why you're so pissed about them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then wait, did I miss anything?
No.
No. Anybody else?
Don't trust Anya.
No.
Always trust Anya. What are you talking
There
about?
is
Anybody else
literally
mind?
video and mic proof right now that we haven't cheated.
So just to explain, now that we're out of we're out of the friendly phase. So if anyone rolls a 7 from now on, then the robber gets moved.
Yeah.
And then you lose your hand, right?
Yeah,
I was going to move it even
that.
if
If you've
I
got
rolled it
8
before
or more
that.
cards, you lose half of them when the 7 is rolled. So you have to try and spend them.
Yeah.
So if you've got too many now, I will happily take some off your hand.
No. I've got 8.
I'll help you out.
Isn't the chance of rolling?
8 or more, right?
If she rolls a 7, then
It's a 7. Just kidding, it's 11.
I just confirmed. I just confirmed 8 or more, right?
you get 2.
You didn't
Someone
say
gets a
anything,
brick.
did
Who
you?
gets
I get a
brick?
brick. I get a brick.
Someone give me a brick.
No.
Could you trade me a brick, please, Canon?
I would, but I need to build roads because.
No, but you don't need that many roads, so why don't you give me a brick in exchange for these two shiny ones?
I'll give you.
This is
I'll give you-
nearly a whole.
I'll give you
development
3
How
for a
about-
brick. I'll give you 3 cards for a brick.
puzzle. No, I'm not
Yeah,
getting 3 cards.
I'll beat that. Look,
Have
I'll
you
give you.
got
the
any
Do you
same
guys?
one.
Do you guys? I want to explain something. Do you know why I chose this land right there?
Yeah, because it's like one of the only bricks.
Yeah, and the chances of getting break are not that good.
It's
I
an
know.
8 and
So give me a
9.
brick.
Like that's not
Well,
that much of a
I-
difference in chance.
So,
That's
I
why
will.
I'm offering.
wait,
these
I'm
two.
offering you 3
I will,
cards.
but no.
I'm offering you
No,
sheep on top of that.
Shh. It's not your turn.
But you can
I
cross
can
trade.
offer.
No, you can't.
I
You
can
can't.
offer.
No,
Yes, you
no,
can.
no, no.
You can
It's
keep
my
talking.
turn.
I
I
can
can trade
offer.
with anyone.
I can
You
totally
can't.
offer.
You can offer. We can talk.
If you think this is bad, you should have seen what happened before the camera started rolling about the red pieces. We're all
It's a side
professional
gig.
adults
So
here
it's
at
not
Make
gonna
Use
give me a
of.
Just wait.
Professional
I will see
adults.
what-
The talk. Yeah, I've been an adult professionally since I was 18, apparently.
Yes, I'm passing.
Tech talk will resume, please hold.
All right, I'm going to buy a card.
I think you should move on to computing so Tina can.
This is a very good point, actually. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
we're mostly just talking about gaming today, I thought. Or is Tina going to show off her swag?
I can show off my swag.
Well, that-
Yes.
Which was mostly from T-Mobile, because the T-Mobile section
Not
of
true.
IFA was amazing.
There was a
It
huge
was.
pink cavern, wasn't it? It was insane. Everything in there was fancy
Yes.
and
So
bubblegum.
if you registered and you like gave them all your personal information for the rest of your life, they gave you this tracking chip.
And
Doesn't sound weird at all.
No, wait.
NFC.
Yes. Well, so they say.
How near?
By the way, it's reprogrammable, so you can.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure I can take it off.
Is it? Can I have one? Can I have when they're done with it? When someone's
Why
done
why
with it?
are
Canon
you
has
still
two.
wearing it?
Well,
Canon will
Because it's
happily give you
awesome.
one.
you can have
Yeah.
mine, really.
I'd like to
I
write a
didn't
tutorial.
register.
If they're reprogrammable, I'd love to reprogram it and write a
Yeah.
tutorial about it. That'd be
I'm not
great.
sure if NFC can be reprogrammed as such, can it?
That's
Challenge
what they said.
accepted.
I thought it was just a passive chip that you read a number from,
Yeah, it might be.
which you could then do stuff with.
But I could use it.
But
No
anyway, that
DIY
was-
talk. Sorry.
That was kind of cool. You would go around the stations and collect points, and then you play something, and then you get a prize. Only I broke some of the NFC stations. And
You
like
broke the
5 staff
stations?
members
You
called
did, you
over, and
did.
then Canon started hacking the station. He was closing down the app, and then we all sort of walked away quietly.
That's when they escorted us out quietly.
Yeah,
All right, let's do this.
so that was cool.
Do you want your dev card?
Shall we do a little more swag?
Do I want to do what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
swag talk would be
should.
useful. Oh, have I
You
been
can get
have
a
I been
city
too loud
or
this
a
whole
dev
time?
card.
That could be bad.
I'm
Oh well.
guessing you're gonna get a-
I guess we will find
you need a
out.
road first before you get a city.
Oh no, sorry, I've bought
He
So
already
one
got
of
it
the
there,
most
haven't got it
popular
there.
things at
My
IFA
turn?
are
Yeah.
bags, and some companies have
Please don't be
crappy
sad.
bags,
Oh,
other ones have
6.
really cool bags, and
All
one of
right.
the coolest bags of
You
all
get a.
is the
Yeah.
Razor bag.
Yeah, so a lot
I
of
get
people
a-
with the Razor bags.
Yeah, everyone's
So-
crazy for the Razor bag, and
Yeah.
there's nothing in it. There's
Um,
no additional swag in it because the bag by
I'm gonna-
itself is just so
So
cool.
here's what I'm
Yeah.
doing. I will be getting one dev card and
Yeah,
one road.
that seemed to be the thing. Everyone had their
I know,
branded
sorry about
bag.
that.
Some
I know,
with swag
it's
in.
dumb.
Yeah.
It's dumb
So
to
this is
be
one of
hanging
the
on to
less
that many.
less
Getting
pretty, but it's
one
a
road?
it's a fabric bag, so that's one of the cooler
2 dev
ones.
cards.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
dev is
Let's see, we had
sheep,
another
forest,
really
right?
nice bag.
Oh, no, we cheap
uh,
rock.
Wait, did you show them the charger that came with that?
No,
We
it,
cheap
well,
rock.
what?
No,
It,
not- no,
I
it looks
didn't
like
come
I'm just
with a
gonna have
charger
one
for
road.
me.
sorry,
Sorry,
no, yours
my-
ran out because when we got that bag, it came with 4 batteries and a.
Well, they gave you a battery charger.
Yeah, an entire charger. I'll probably give
Oh,
it to
that's
you though.
nice.
'cause it's-
Yeah, I
In,
can-
in
I
the,
can
in the
do
green
that.
one
Do
here,
with
in that one.
Oh.
Not the fancy
Wait,
one
so
here.
take
Yeah.
that back. I'm gonna need a settlement instead of a road.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was like surprisingly one of the best.
Did you play? You
So
didn't place your
Kongstar
own
gave away
anyways.
these gym bags.
So here's what I'll do.
Du willst
So
es,
I'll
du
trade
kriegst
that
es.
a
You
sheet
want
and
it, you get it.
and I will
Yep.
turn
Apparently.
One,
So-
the one on.
What, you need
That's
to-
one
you
of
need
them.
to-
I think that's the
I need
nicest bag
another
of
road
all.
before I
Yeah.
can build. I thought you can upgrade the
Yeah.
city to a settlement.
And then I think we
that's
we went
with
off to
different
Acer and we
cars.
got a press
No,
kit, and the
that's
press
still
kit
the
came with this
How do
amazing
you
thing.
upgrade
That's, this is legitimately one of the things I've been most excited for about this whole IFA is,
So it's a wristband
I need
and
rocks.
it's a
And it is
USB
also
stick.
their press kit.
Yeah.
That's my turn. And
I was
transmented.
stupid enough when they said they didn't have a press kit. I asked for the German one, and that
I
doesn't
wouldn't
come
need
with the
two
USB
rocks
stick.
anyway.
So,
Oh no!
that is what I need.
What will you give me in return?
Well,
oh yeah,
Don't forget the pop socket.
Pop Sockets was there.
I'm
And
For a dime a dozen, dude.
You could
And
sign
you-
up for
well,
their
no,
newsletter,
they're
and then in return you got one of the pop sockets they had there. Not some like 3 different colors, like
Yeah, I got
dark blue, reds,
I'm gonna
and
lose
something
it.
else.
dark blue.
Don't they usually
Yeah,
sell
and
them for
this
like
is the
$40?
Berlin Bear.
Give me for the rock.
Can I at this point can I just ask because maybe I'm out of touch, but I
Actually,
don't
I need
get
2
what
rocks.
pop sockets are or why they exist. Is it literally just that so you can
But I
hold
can't
Well,
them?
that and you
Right,
can.
no,
you can
that's fine.
you
I'm
can-
not saying that's useless. I'm just I've never I always wondered. I see them on the back of people's phones and I wonder what they're for. So it's a stand and a holder.
I wouldn't
best,
pay
unfortunately,
$10
it
for
looks
one.
like
What do they go
the
for?
best
I
I
thought
can
they
Yeah,
were like $10.
$10. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would. They're pretty handy.
Yeah, I love it.
Mm.
I couldn't imagine using my phone without this thing anymore.
The best I can do
Yeah,
is go
I only
for
had
a
it on
rock.
for a
You
day.
got
I
it
love
an
it.
hour ago.
Give me a wood.
Huh?
and,
You only got it like an hour ago.
I
You
took
could live
no.
without it.
I took off the one I had
for rock?
before and
Oh,
replaced it with
okay.
this one.
Mm.
Yeah, I can do that.
They're very handy.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
that's pretty.
So what
quick
did you say
attachment.
they're called? Pop socket.
Pop socket,
That
and the
is
cool thing is you
extremely
can actually take them
beneficial
off.
to me.
It's
And more beneficial. to you.
reusable.
It's called getting out traded.
Yeah, it's a reusable
Whoa.
adhesive, and you can wash it and you can reattach it. So
I
it's
don't trust my phone to that.
What? The reusability?
She just pulled it off and she's like, oh yeah, that's...
Oh, you see, you think it would pop off and you drop your phone?
Yeah.
settlement
Yeah,
is
okay.
well, it never
3
happened.
rocks. And
Really?
Yeah, I've
Wheat.
thrown my
It's never
phone
happened.
away,
It's
but I
never
haven't
happened.
dropped it because the pop
once you
socket
build
came
that
out.
That's
road,
some kind of
you'll be
dark
able to build
magic
one more
they're
road.
using.
It's never happened
Absolutely.
internationally to
And
any human being.
that's
That's
Oh,
what we're
sure.
saying right now.
Language
Yeah.
itself.
So it's happening if your phone gets
in
too
that
hot and
case-
the adhesive
Yeah.
comes off if it's too hot. Yeah, that happens.
Oh, no wonder cities are so difficult. I'll have to build a road.
So we also
you should
collected
build a
all
road
of these
there.
buttons from Google, and they're giving away a bunch of
Right,
stuff.
I've never-
Yeah, they had
Or
that big
Choice to
gumball
build a
machine,
road.
didn't they?
if,
in there,
yeah,
outside.
if you're brave enough to stand in line for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Which
So-
we weren't.
Where's my
Yeah, so we're gonna try it tomorrow when it's
But yeah,
hopefully less
that was
busy.
the idea, wasn't it? Is that so Google, I can't remember if we
was
covered
the
this in the
rate
last
at which
round
you
table,
can
but
trade
Google had a
to-
bunch of people standing around in white jumpsuits, white hats,
There's a
with
rate
bum
at which
bags,
you
and the
can
idea
trade,
is you go up to them to collect these
trade
badges. When you
like
have 4, you get
free
to have a go in their
type
massive
one
gumball
cent.
machine where you win a prize.
That's if you get
Presumably
one
the
of
top prizes would be like a Google Home or
Otherwise, you
something.
can trade 4 of any type.
Which I thought was kind
At any
of
point.
cool. But the
Alright,
whole
that's
Google
what I
area
wanted
did
to
seem kind of nice, apart
4
from
for
the
1 at any point,
massive
and
queue
3 for
to
1
enter
if
the
you get one of the
competition,
3 for
which is
1.
why I
Yeah.
never really got my in.
You could also spend 2 hours in the queue and then get a t-shirt.
I'll go ahead and
Don't
drop
forget about that.
Get a t-shirt.
3 wood.
Yeah.
Well, that would have
Yeah.
been the
For
base
one-
level price.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see, I
You drop
see.
But
four
you
wood.
weren't guaranteed a Google Home Mini.
4
I was still quite excited about the
For a
concept of the
pixel.
t-shirt.
I'm sorry, 4 wood. I said 3.
No, it's a good idea of
Four-
Google to have
four
people
wood.
all over the centre giving out badges and a massive thing in the middle, because otherwise, you know, like
And I will
Google
go
need all the
ahead.
exposure they can get. Hardly anyone's heard of them. They're a small company.
Go
Yeah,
ahead and
yeah.
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 develop.
No, but it was cool. It was weird actually. I the way
I'll
that
take it.
Google worked here, I thought was kind of nice because they could have done what any of the other big players did. They could have just taken over one of the huge mesa halls and just had a big Google room. And instead of doing that, I guess they thought we don't need to. Let's just have some fun. And because of that, everyone was wearing Google badges. Everyone was talking about it, and they had the longest queue.
Yeah.
But so yeah, who'd have
They
thought
had
it?
so many people employed giving out badges though.
No, that's what I mean. Yeah. So
Everywhere
rather
you
than
looked, there was someone with a
Yeah.
bum bag.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So much.
Well, they stood with every product that supports the Google Assistant. That makes sense.
Mine.
So it's all of these different
Yeah.
companies who integrate with Google Assistant, and they all had their
I can
little Google man or Google
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm. And they were the Google assistants. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Google
Yeah.
Assistants.
You got exactly what you wanted.
Yeah.
And wheat.
How's it going? Oh, James is winning. No.
No one's really
No way.
winning.
Catan update.
No,
I just say that James is ahead
I'm
in
making a
terms of
settlement. So
value right
hold
now.
on. 1,
Yeah,
2,
Mihiel's about to
3.
do some craziness.
No craziness. I'm just getting a 3-1 port.
That's a good.
Wait, you're
that's
not
actually a
red?
good strategy.
Yeah, I'm red.
Wait, I'm red.
Oh, sorry.
What are you doing?
I'm blue. I keep forgetting.
I left them
How many
there
people
for
want
a
it to be
minute.
red?
Why does it that everybody
No, I
wants
always pick.
Come on.
So
9. So right now,
hold on.
Mihir is winning with 3 points. Everyone else has 2 points. So
Hold on.
feel free to pick on Mihir.
No, don't do that.
Sweet,
No,
let's
okay.
do
No,
that.
don't do that.
No.
Hold on.
No,
What other swag did you get?
Oh, some small things like you get a lot of pens and notepads, and I got one of these. And then this company where you got, that was not the free charger. No, that was a company that make batteries and stuff. And they gave us this little package with a bag, and it makes sense in German, but in English I'm not sure that it's good marketing. But it's not a German exhibition; it's a Band-Aid. So their products are a Band-Aid. I hope not. In German, to bandage and to connect are the same word. So in that sense, it makes sense. So you're bandaging, you're connecting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
Oh, it's a double
Yeah.
entendre.
yeah.
Yeah.
But in
Right,
English,
I
that's not a good marketing message.
Buy
And I think my highlight,
You're
except
need
for
to
this
first?
one, is I got a
No.
mouse.
Oh,
Can I trade?
nice.
Where'd you get that from?
If you get a 7, you
One
have
is
to
small.
throw
They
cards
had
away first.
mechanical keyboards, and
If I
they
get a
gave out a
7.
mouse.
Yeah.
Free
Nice.
mouse, wireless,
Oh, no, I guess
Bluetooth.
mice are always good.
Well, we
What's the
don't have
name
to
of
throw
the
anything out, and you can buy it.
Oh.
Event by Eminent.
So
If
it's
you
only
have more than
buttons.
8 cards.
That's Event is their product, I guess, and Eminent is the.
Well,
Brand.
like I'm checking them out tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, you get to.
Can I
Wait, did you
Yeah,
explain
you can do what
the
you
dot tag?
want now. So
Oh,
do
I forgot
this.
about that one. That's telecom. That's probably one of
That was
the
T-Mobile as
most.
well.
Wow.
Telecom, T-Mobile is the same thing.
Oh.
The most
I want
innovative.
to buy the cheaper card.
Things you could get at IFA. It's so they're introducing
One.
basically a voice signature login for their telecom or T-Mobile customers.
Oh, is that what they were doing?
Mm.
They didn't bother to explain that to us in English.
So to the Germans, they explained it, and they
Yeah.
asked everyone, "Are you a telecom customer?" And I diligently said yes, even though that's not true, because I wanted to avoid the sales pitch. So you have to become a telecom customer. What's your? And I'm like, "Yeah, no, I don't want to hear that. So that's the way to promote this new option to, instead of having to remember a password, you can just use your voice to log into the services via the phone. And so you could record a 4-second audio message, and they just visualize it in this little, graph, in this little audio signal that they printed on this magenta colored metal tag.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's quite a substantial thing
Yeah,
as well.
it's metal.
Yeah,
It's actually
yeah.
metal. It's really, it's good.
Yeah, and they let
Yeah.
us have a
Pretty.
look when they were actually scratching it out. On the
Mm.
Mac.
Oh yeah,
It's
they
kinda
were.
cool.
They let me watch while they were doing
So
mine.
you can,
Yeah, that was fun.
you can
There was
pay
a
them
thing that
discount,
went
you can pay
viral a
them
little
next
while ago
one.
about people who were getting
You can do
getting
roads
tattoos
with that,
of
anywhere you want.
audio that looked exactly like that, but it had
just put this
it
down
was
now.
designed so that you could scan it on your phone and it would kind of say what it said or something like that.
Yeah, I
you
was
just put
hoping
it
there
in
was
there.
some
Put
sort
it
of
in
NFC chip in that as
Have
well, and
Mac.
you could sort of
Yeah.
put it somewhere, I don't know. play
And
it
listen
out.
to your voice.
Yeah.
Just put it on something in the speaker. Go gorilla. Yeah, that would be fantastic.
These ports are, is it 2 wood for anything, or is it 2 of any
Two
card?
Did you not get anything else from T-Mobile? What was
Oh,
your
I-
prize? You got
well,
If
I got the
you're
bag,
on
but I
the
traded it
wood,
with
you got the
Anya.
bag.
Rock one,
Yeah.
and it's full of
Oh, it's
rock.
over there. It's
Can we
a
grab- just
really
put the
pretty
road down
bag.
quickly somewhere.
Can you
Yeah,
grab
they
it?
usually
Before
get the best bag of the show.
Yeah.
But the shiny,
I
the
love it.
shiny.
But it was a lot
Super
more
shiny.
effort to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. That's
They also
Basically
have
selling it
the
for
slogan "Verbindet," so connects, Magenta connects, which makes sense for a telecom
It is a nice bag, though.
company.
I know, right?
I would want that bag.
I know. That's
Yeah.
why Tina is my best friend.
I preferred the Kongstar one, to be honest. Although they were really disappointed with
Oh,
me
that
I-
is a better bag. I want that one.
I forgot.
Excuse me?
I paid for it.
I definitely want that one.
this
There's
one.
one inside.
Can I
this
have
Here was a
one? I'll
witness.
give you my Ace of Veritas Snap-on thing.
one. You can have one with that.
How the backroom deals that are happening right now?
So
Well, this
there
one.
is just
Very
screens
frustrating.
happening all the time right now.
Traded.
I feel like I'm gonna have to play catch up now. I'm on 0. I've got the Acer Snap bracelet.
Yeah.
And we're back. We don't know when it stopped. So
Well,
if we repeat
we're on
ourselves.
30 minutes here, so it would have been no more than a minute ago.
Oh, okay then. That's fine. So so yeah, you probably haven't missed anything. To maybe a bit of the bag. Who knows? If you're seeing this already, apologies. But nice bag from T-Mobile. And
you've got a bargain there.
yeah, and we were saying we didn't so far.
You did get
Me
a
and
bargain.
Mihir didn't get any swag as such. We got the Acer bracelet thing. But what we did discover is that the game where you go and try and get into as many press lounges as possible, where they serve nice free coffee
and good Danish.
Oh yes, free Danish. Free Danish was good. That was a 7, was it?
It's our first 7 of the game.
First 7 of the game.
Sorry, Mihir. I mean, you're winning.
Fine.
It's just natural.
Fine.
Oh no, but I won't. I'm not going to mess you up too
You'd
much.
be
I'll
blocking
take the
out
11.
the, yeah.
Okay.
That's,
Yeah.
Because if you
you
took
could
up
be
the
a bit
mountain,
mean, come on.
Yeah.
there'd be no more stone.
That's
for
all
you.
right. That's. You're not too hurt by that, are you?
No,
Oh,
not
wait,
at all.
that's the
offended
break
by that.
one.
You should have
You
put it
still
on
have
the
to give me a
6.
card though. So
Yeah, sorry. Pick any one.
pick any one of the 2. Oh, nice.
Oh, you didn't get the one you wanted though.
No, I got. No, that was fine.
No, but the other one was this.
What was it?
Settlement.
He
Oh,
wanted
I
ship.
gave him ship
Oh,
though.
okay.
Yeah, she gave me her sheep.
Okay.
Okay. So what else are we talking about from gaming at IFA? Anything,
well,
nothing?
I mean, not really. That's the thing. I mean, I as I said, I sort of expected there would be the few things that we knew. So there was the Thronus, which is the big buzz. Everyone's talking about this cave gaming chair.
You gotta roll
And
first.
on the off
Oh,
chance that
I
you
don't know until I'm
don't know
doing
what
it.
Thronus is, that you didn't see some of the buzz when the IFA originally
Catan.
began. This is a gaming chair which is in a steel frame. Which can take up to 3 27-inch monitors. It has a place for your feet. It has a place for a keyboard and mouse. You can tilt it back to quite a ridiculous degree, and it also has a responsive. No, what I didn't know is the responsive bass in it. Whether it's actually a bass speaker or whether it's motors. But either way, it's reactive to sound in game. And everyone that saw it and talked about it seemed to fall into 2 categories: either this is awesome, I'm going to sell furniture so I can get one, which you would need to do because it's going to be at least $5,000. Some people were saying up to 7. I read one article that said it was going to be $14,000.
What?
One article from an unnamed publication. But yeah, the general idea was 5 to 7,000. And the other side of the reactions were, this is absolutely ridiculous. What is happening?
No, that can't be right. Because I mean, you can buy a full sort of like a motion simulator setup for less than $5,000.
That's just. I mean, this is the point.
And this
I got
didn't even
no.
have motion sims in it. It was
No,
just.
no, you just lean it back
had
or whatever.
A bumpy thing that would.
But that's what surprised
base
me.
stumper.
Yeah, that's what surprised me. But I heard and I've spoke to a few people about it there as well, and it was 5 to 7 is what I heard.
I'd be surprised if they actually ever release it. I think it's more just to make a splash.
That's
But this
just a showstopper.
This
really,
is
to
just the
get
thing,
people
yeah.
talking
I
about
mean,
Acer.
like you get someone who's really good at working with steel to make something that looks insane, that is functional. But like, what would be their reason for releasing it? They're going to sell 100 at most. You know?
I think they're going to release it.
Nah. But so Thronus was the big thing. Other than that, we were sort of like, I don't really know if there's anything. Like we were wondering if there was going to be any like. Well, that was the thing. I didn't know there was about the announcements from Razer at the time, and we were very happy to find out about that. But we did have an appointment to meet them. And as for the rest of it, we expected it to be nothing.
Do you have more than 8
But
cards?
from the stuff I've explained already, it was more of a kind of like little bit here, little bit there. But the general,
How many cards do you have?
the general feel of it was that there was more gaming than I
but
expected.
if
it just
anyone
wasn't as in
rolls
your
7
face
and
as
you have
usual
more
at a
than 8
trade
cards,
show.
you have to put
And given that
half of
Gamescom
it.
happened in Germany just a little while
She's
ago,
got tons.
it's not too surprising,
Lose half of them. Round
lose
up.
half.
How many have you got?
What happened?
I hate this game.
she's hoarding cards. Wait, before you do that, I'm just saying, you do that, I'll put it right back.
Can we just, for a moment's clarity, say who here has played Catan before? You clearly have.
Me,
You have.
yeah.
You have. Annie, have you ever
Everybody
played Catan?
has except me, and they're bullying me.
So it's
Whoa.
it's your first time.
You shouldn't have shaken James's red.
It's like I'm going to learn to swim
Excuse
in water with sharks.
I'm not going back on red. I like red.
But to answer your question, really, I mean, in terms of gaming, I can't think of anything else. Was there anything else that I've just completely skipped over here?
Not really.
So-
Again, Acer also didn't have the laptop. The
Oh
other
yeah,
laptop
sorry.
that
They announced a new, what was it? The Nitro laptop, or
Yeah,
was it Nitro? I can't remember. But there was a new laptop that they had announced, and again that was their pre-show, and then much like said Thronos was just whisked away and had no other, was not mentioned, was not there for the rest of the show. But the difference being that between that and the
Right,
Thronos
I'm
is that
losing these.
laptop will be released, and from the specs looks pretty good. But
Where were they?
off the top of my head, I can't remember.
Are you talking about the lightest laptop? Like it's
No, not the.
No,
not
it's
the,
a
not the Swift.
high end. Yeah, it's a high end gaming laptop.
Not the Swift. It was a gaming laptop with a flip over screen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have some pictures of that.
Yeah.
We're back. We had a tech malfunction. The SD card was full, but we're professional tech journalists, so that didn't happen.
No, I'm just going to smoothly cut it in.
You're gonna okay, yeah.
You're gonna.
It's okay. We have a professional video editor who smoothly made that clip, so you don't know that our SD card just filled up. So where were we? We were talking. Well, just as we were getting cut off, we were talking about the new Acer gaming laptop that got announced. Wasn't at IFA.
Right.
Has a foldable screen like the
roads.
various Yoga-alike laptops. And just as the camera cut, we were also talking about the newer Acer Swift
Previous
laptop.
laptop.
Yeah, Canon, you were saying
fine.
the Swift laptop is kind of amazing.
Yeah, it's like 2.2 pounds, which makes it comparable to the MacBook in terms of lightness. But I've held both, and it actually feels lighter.
It's amazing when you lift this laptop, it's just under a kilogram for those with the metric system.
Yeah, 0.97.
And then you go to one that's just a little bit more heavy, it feels super heavy. You can't go
Well,
back.
does it compare to a MacBook Air? Is that?
Well,
Yeah.
in
So
terms of
heavy.
You get
in
to
terms
move
of
that now.
engineering, I'd say like the 12-inch MacBook is like
the mean one.
much better because it's I believe it's touchscreen, right? The MacBook.
No idea.
No.
Oh,
No, I
it's
don't
not?
think the 12-inch MacBook has a touchscreen. No,
Oh.
it's got a very
There's
beautiful.
no MacBooks that are touchscreen.
Oh, there we go. Shows how much
Oh,
I know
no,
about
That's
Apple.
not a thing yet. There's
From
a
me,
touch bar.
you can choose
What's
from
the
either one.
what's the
of
name of the one that's
just
USB-C
one of
only?
them.
It's got
Yeah,
just
one
a
of
single port on
So I
the
don't get
USB-C.
two pies,
Single
just
port.
one.
No, you get one
Just
card.
a
You get to
MacBook.
Yeah, it's
choose.
just the new
Yeah,
one.
right.
So MacBooks
That
you
one
get.
that one's not
You're
touchscreen.
winning.
No, none of them.
He's
none of
on
them.
the same point.
Well, okay,
The Apple
I
computer's a touchscreen.
I take it back.
Oh.
It looks like Acer is their engineering
But that's
is
okay.
about equivalent to Apple. Just it's the same. It's the same way. Look, pretty much looks like a.
Yeah.
Give me
Well,
a
the
card.
7 has
What?
a touchscreen.
Like
She wants a card.
The
a
Acer
thicker
Swift
Mac.
7
The
comes.
difference.
She rolled a
the
7,
difference
she's
is
moved
Swift.
it over you.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
And
So
She
one
gets
thing
to
when we
go
were
and
mentioning the Dell monitor
you
earlier
get
with the USB-C connection is that the USB-C connection is partially one of the reasons that it's awesome, but it's actually a lot of monitor for the money. But anyway, you actually know the price point, which I didn't.
I spoke with Dell and they introduced me to their new ultra thin monitor. And the impressive thing is the price point's actually lower than what Acer is offering. It's like 800 euros and it's got 600 nits. And it's the ultra thin, the thinnest monitor on the planet right now.
But it won
so
best of.
It won best monitor at IFA
Yeah.
this year, and it's definitely worth comparing if you're looking into a new gaming monitor.
Yeah. But which I found sort of odd because actually at the Dell stand, it was among other monitors and it wasn't really being pushed as a gaming monitor, was it?
No,
it was a
they're
gaming,
not
which is-
pushing it because they have this thing right now where they're pushing entertainment. Like they have these software solutions for audio and streaming, and what was the other thing? Just to push your entertainment experience. So they're not pushing gaming; they're pushing video, audio streaming.
Yeah, their
services.
own software,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Probably because they also have Alienware as a separate brand, so they want to push Alienware for the gaming and
Well,
Dell for the other.
Yeah, we noticed that, didn't we? That the Dell gaming laptops now are actually much more sedate, and they're
Exactly.
almost as like they're designed to say we're not going to make these that good because we want you to get an Alienware gaming laptop. But if you want a gaming laptop that you could also sit in a cafe and write on without feeling weird, like lighting up the whole place, then you can have this kind of thing.
Yeah, and they were pretty decent. Both the Dell G5 and the G3, they were decent laptops.
Yeah.
Like,
The both of those laptops actually were,
Yeah,
especially
you
the
connect them
especially the
later on,
G3
and you
actually. I
walk
thought
in.
that was sort of
Yeah.
impressive. Starting at $800,
Yeah.
but even the $800 version was pretty chunky. It's a decent
was chunky.
processor,
Oh, I was
a decent
planning to go in the
amount
other
of RAM,
direction.
and a really nice screen. Standard standard IPS or something, but still really nice. Or
I thought all of them were TNs, right?
were they?
Yeah.
I'm so confused. All I know is that the G5 is the only one that can get the
All the
upgrade.
gaming laptops were TNs.
horrible
Yeah.
place to build.
Right, okay, yeah. I might be getting confused because it was a bit of a, by that point it was a bit of a blur. We'd been going from meeting to meeting for a few hours. I do remember that the G5 was the only one that could get updated to Ultra HD.
Yeah.
And the G3, that's not an option no matter how much you pay. But I think that was it. In terms of a roundup, I think that was it. This has obviously been a little bit here and there because there has been Catan happening. The Catan is going to continue happening, but we're going to stop this video for now because we won't be talking about any more IFA roundup stuff. We'll probably do more roundup when we've been back to the trade show again. with the sections we cover when we are there. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. And after this video, there will be the second half of this game of Catan. So if you absolutely have to know who wins and whether this is the end of Make Use Of because we all hate each other once the game is over.
Spoiler, it's me.
Yeah. If you want to watch James win a game of Catan, watch the video after this. All right, okay. But thank you all so much for watching. We'll be back next couple of days with the next one of these videos. Cheers.
Yes.
Well done.
Bye.
I always finish a video by saying cheers, and you always cut it off.
Just for you, I'm not going to cut it off.